Woke up with like an elated spirit. I was like, oh, it feels like fall a little bit. Like for whatever reasons, like it seems like the sun is coming down like way faster than I remember the sun coming down in August. But again, I haven't really been outside that much, and I'm just like, why is it getting so dark this soon? Like I know that it usually goes on back down, but it's August, the beginning. Anyway, so this morning, like it's overcast right now, very much like feeling like a fall morning to me. Um, 70 degrees, so it's pretty hot. It's nice weather. It's 9 in the morning. Um, but at the end of the day, I just felt like, or I guess the beginning of the day, I felt like today feels really different. I feel a refresh. Feel a refresh. And I love when I feel that way. But I also felt like it was also having to do with what we got going on here in America. Okay. And when I get these senses, it seems like days or even weeks later, like it I see something that I felt. And the feeling I had was like they're coming down. Like they are losing, they're stressed. Like I can just, it's some type of feeling of like I believe they're stressed. Like the Epstein stuff is just like, oh, why can't people stop talking about this, right? But then everything else that they've done, I believe is catching up with them too. So them laying off people, the jobs numbers that's coming out, the recession indicators being hit, um, the blame is coming down, and people are going to start blaming Trump. And he, I can tell that he gets stressed out about those type of things because it makes him. He doesn't like looking bad. Um, he's a narcissist, and he has other probably mental health issues, and that kind of stuff rattles him. Not to mention if people around him are like shaky, and he can't trust them, right? Um, but they're gonna probably try to be acting like it's okay, Mr. President, and he's gonna know that everything's not okay. Like he's already dealing with that. And then the people around him are probably getting stressed too because they're like, I'm so tired of like lying every day. Like I'm just so stressed. I'm just like, ugh. But they know that they got to keep going in this. They don't have to, but in their minds, they have to keep doing the bidding of uh, what they have stood for all this time. But I guarantee you, it's stressing them out. Um, I keep imagining Caroline Levitt's face because she's the person that I imagine is just really like, like I'm really tired of this, but I can't get out of it. Like she feels in like it's something about her feeling shackled almost like she's in bondage of these things that she's doing. I don't know why I get that sense about her, but that's who I keep imagining, and she's the person I see being the most stressed about it behind closed doors. But keeps coming outward, and she honestly looks. Every person who comes out there for the White House press secretaries, they be looking uncomfortable, especially if they lying. And so, um, it's just weird. So I imagine that, and then I imagine Trump behind closed doors, really every day being stressed. Can't be good for his health, but every day. And I'm not trying to make fun, but I just feel like that's really a big part of his health that's happening. It has to do with stress and the way he eats and the lack of nutrition. Um, but he's gonna try to play it off like everything's fine, right? He might be reeling out, with other people around. Like they may know like he's feeling whatever way he does, but this is what he always deal with, right? Um, Stephen Miller, he just evil anyway. So he wants this to keep going because he's doing the evil laugh behind closed doors. Um, And then there's those people who are like Republicans that I imagine too, that are just like, I can't believe we're doing this, but we're here now. And then there's the people who are like Republicans who are just like, this isn't right, but I gotta be behind the president. You know, I gotta stand up for my party. I gotta stand up for what I believe in. And they're trying to gaslight themselves into continuing down this path, but they know they can turn back. But I just feel this sense of like they're falling in, they're tumbling over. Now, that's not to say that we won't hear more news that it's just like, oh my goodness. I think we're gonna hear some more things this week. But the what they're doing, it feels like it's coming to another dip, like another like place where the people are just like, we haven't given up. We're not giving up. And there's actually going to be more people who come to their senses, because we have to realize that we're seeing the biggest massive cult in in history. Okay, Ted Bundy or whatever, Charles Manson, whatever those 1970s cults and stuff that was on they own little area farm and stuff like that. Those religious cults and stuff where they was staying in the house and stuff. Those people who didn't even leave their little base have nothing on what we're seeing in our everyday lives. Like it's the same thing. It's the cult, but I'm saying because we're seeing it in such a like America is like the grounds versus these people back then having a plot of land. It's the all of America that is so far reaching. It's like the KKK. But a lot of them don't even realize that's what they're a part of. They're just so the cult of personality, because they're just like, we just love Trump. We just like Trump. Why can't people get that? Like, you guys are really coming against him and he's trying to make things better. And we're looking at them like, dude, do you not see the writing on the wall? And we have to try to stop trying to get them to see that necessarily. Because, like, or at least you can, but then once you realize, like, they're just not getting it. It's because they're literally brainwashed. Like, they are under a hypnosis. So their brains do not function like ours. Like, critical thinking, they can hear and see the things we do, but they already have been prepped that we are lying about those things, that we're going to try to make them look bad, because Fox News feeds them. The conservative news radios and little thing, the bros they watch on YouTube, they feed them that stuff that we're going to be lying to them. And when we show them things, they have been told not to trust CNN, PBS, ABC, MSNBC. They have been prepped for the last 10 plus years on that stuff. So we cannot think that we can just easily just be like, boom. They either have to deal with the effects of it right now. Some people are going to just kind of be like, hey, don't you think that's strange? Because they still have reason. It's just, they're just so locked in on it and everything seems like a lie. So if we say this is the truth, they're going to be like, no, we already been told that's a lie. So you lying. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to just keep living our lives. Like, I can see us right now, we the people, we're going to have a different society that we pretty much ignore everything this regime is doing. Like, we have to pretty much live. It's almost like we're in a government of our own. Like, we have to create our own government, right? And just like whatever they say, it's out the window. Anything that's like the opposite of good, we're like out the window. They're out the window. So anyway, I'm just sharing that with you guys. I want to see if you guys see some things like that. Or feel similar ways, and we'll see how this week goes. But I just feel like there's this feeling of like some things are falling off, because it's about to be fall. But yeah, this month is going to show some things that I feel like it's going to be a crazy news month. Yeah, but in a good way for us.